Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. As usual, always wishing each one of you a blessed day. Today's table topic for review. What do we have here? Well, we have here a laser bore sighter kit. Let's get into topic and discuss about this laser bore sight kit. Well, if you are into red dots, if you have scope mounted in your rifles or on your rifles, definitely this is a must. I know that normally we tend to mount our scopes, mount our red dots, and just go to the range and zero those dots or those scopes out, which is the right thing to do. I always encourage, as soon as you mount a scope or a red dot, by all means, we have to zero them out to make sure that your point of aim is your point of impact. Not only that, you want to make sure that you're zeroing that red dot or that scope at the distance that you wish to do so. So for example, in my scenario, when I do a zero on one of my handguns, I normally zero them out 10 yards, okay? 10 yards max and a minimum of 7 yards. And that's for my pistols for self-defense only. Of course, when we turn into rifle, if we're gonna be doing some hunting, you wanna go ahead and zero those scopes out probably up to 200 yards, depending on the type of gaming that you're trying to go hunting for. All right, so this brand, I bought it a few months ago. It does work in a pinch, okay? Meaning that as soon as I mount a red dot on my pistol and I actually go ahead and try to take a measurement of up to 10 yards, I will actually place this on my handgun, point of aim, point of impact, and I will explain you how it works. So this brand right here is the UUQ professional laser board. I bought this, like I stated, about 3 months ago out of Amazon, and so far has worked out pretty well. The way that it comes in this nice little black plastic case with two snap-on secures right here. Open up, open up. And as soon as we open up, what we get in the box, you will get your instructions manual, you will get a warranty card. It comes with 2 batteries. One is already mounted on the actual red dot, and I will explain you how that works. And you get all of the adapter kits, okay? Now, this adapter kits, they go from as low or as small as 0.17 all the way up to a 12 gauge shotgun. And I will demonstrate how it works. I actually brought in with me today one of my 9mm barrels for one of my handguns. This is for a Glock. And again, this is a 9mm, all right? So the way that it works, here goes your red dot. In this case, it's a red dot. They do have the option for a green dot as well. If you want or please to get the green dot. In my scenario, I went with the red dot. It just works. It comes with this little adapter right here. And the way that it works is as follows. You will get your barrel, in this case, this barrel of this 9mm handgun. If you had a rifle, well, we'll have a rifle right here. So we're just working with this barrel for demonstration purposes, okay? Let me go ahead and remove this thread protector. I hope that each one of you, by the way, is having a great day. Today, the weather is fantastic where I'm at. I'm actually in the mid 40s, so I'm truly enjoying this weather. I don't miss the summer whatsoever at all. So working with a 9mm, the good thing is that out of all these adapters, they all come with a number stamp, okay? Now the instructions manual, they don't tell you which number stamp goes to which barrel, etc. You have to figure that out yourself with a little bit of practice. Pretty easy to do so, nothing complicated. For a 9mm, I will grab a number 10 adapter. These are the adapters right here. This is what's go in your barrel. And the way that it works is, you get your bore scope right here. on this area, you're gonna thread this and start twisting until you hit that wall right there. When you hit that wall, you want to stop, because if you keep on going and twisting, it's going to expand, meaning that it's not going to go all the way into the barrel. See, I kind of expanded it a little bit, so let me loosen up a little bit. Okay, let me keep it. Okay, there it goes, loose. Once it's loose and it goes in the barrel, that is a little bit snug, but not super snug, push all the way in, and then go ahead and tight. And you're gonna feel some resistance. There you go. Now that it's tightened, let's assume this were to be in your handgun. This barrel obviously must be in your handgun while doing this, and make sure that your handgun is safe, clear, and unloaded. So let's assume this barrel's on your handgun. You already put in this bore scope right here. Once it's in and it's snug, meaning that it's straight still, you will notice that in this bore scope right here, you have this on and off switch. Once placed in, you have your red dot mounted on your handgun, and you have already determined to how many yards you wish to make that point of aim, point of impact on your red dot or your scope. You're going to turn on your dot by pressing this button. You can hear it. There goes the laser. So you present, as you're presenting, your dot on your scope must be right aligned and or on top of the actual dot from right here. That's your point of aim, point of impact, meaning that you're zeroing in your optic, your red dot or your scope at the distance that you have already done so. Now, once you have done this, by all means, you should go to the range and make sure that it's zero properly, that point of aim, that point of impact is where you want it to be. This is just a quick, easy pinch while at home. If you mount that optic on your handgun, or if you mount a scope on your rifle, you want to go ahead and say, okay, let me zero this between XYZ yards. Make sure that where this red dot is, my red dot is also from my firearm on top of this dot right here. It gives you a small idea of where you're at. Then take it to the range as described before and put some shots on target and go from there. You can also take this with you, of course, to your range. Put your target 7-10 yards if you're dealing with a handgun. That's my preference. And use this to actually red dot or point of aim, point of impact on your dot. Simple as that, nothing complicated. Me personally, each individual that has a red dot system on their handgun or any dot system on their handguns or scopes in their rifle must definitely go ahead and get one of these bore sight kits. They're totally worth it. They're about 20 bucks if I'm not mistaken. And then this is with a red dot, of course. If you get the green dot, it's like $25 or $30. Can't recall very well, but totally worth it. So what's your thought on the bore sight kits? Do you own one? If you do, have you had a positive experience with them? Have they performed? Have they worked? Have you heard of or bought this brand? So far, based on the reviews that I've seen, they've been all but positive. Haven't heard any negative feedback on this brand at all. And again, I bought it a few months ago. It has worked. I have put it on my handguns. I have put, again, I have zeroed them at 10 yards. I have taken them to the range, done some shooting, and it's actually point of aim, point of impact, and it does work. So, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I want to thank you for stopping in, tuning in, watching this video. If you do enjoy this video, I truly appreciate thumbs up, sharing the video. If you haven't subscribed as of yet, go ahead and please do so. It truly helps the channel. Again, we're going from small, little by little growing. I appreciate each individual that has already subscribed. Please go ahead and comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll respond as soon as I get a chance. But definitely, yes, go ahead and get yourself a bore sight kit. It's totally worth it. It's only 20 bucks. You think about it, you go to the range and you start firing, you know you're gonna spend more than 20 bucks in rounds. Not only that, if you think about it, this bore sight kit, you put it in your handgun, and if you want to do some dry firing, you can also do some dry firing from home. Doing dry fire, making sure that you're not flinching, that you have trigger discipline. Look at it that way as well. So not only it works for sighting your optics and your red dots, but it does work as well for dry firing and practicing from home. Once again, thank you for tuning in, stopping by. Please give it a thumbs up, share, comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Till the next one, peace and always be safe. Bye-bye.